welcome to ET Brand Equity's Martech Asia Dialogues, an initiative that promises to tickle your curiosity around the world of Martech a little more. Today, we have a special guest who's about to unleash a tsunami of Martech brilliance. Please welcome the marketing maestro, Mr. Sooraj Balakrishnan, who heads marketing at Acer. Hello, Sooraj. Welcome to Martech Asia Dialogues.
Hello, Ajasvi. It's my pleasure to be here.
So that we kind of want to delve into Acer's dynamic world of marketing and tech, know about the innovative strategies that have propelled the brand to the forefront of the industry. So my first question would be to know a little bit more about an overview of Acer's journey before and after the adoption of Martech, since Acer has been into the business for decades now, sort of been there, done that, right? So how did Martech actually get integrated into the overall marketing structure? Maybe a little brief about the before and after journey of Martech from Acer's spectacles. Over to you.
Yeah, that's a great question. See, we as a brand across, if you look at the globe, we have been here for 45 years almost. And in India, we started our operation in 1999. So when we started operation, Martech was not a terminology which existed. So as a brand over the past 24 years in the country and globally around 45 years, we have started with the traditional way of, or these days what we call as traditional. Those days it was innovative probably, but these days we say as traditional way of marketing. That's how we started our journey. But the digital revolution has happened across the globe, and definitely India is one of the leading countries in terms of smartphone usage and people using digital services, social media, and all of those, right? So it was important that we look at technologies to innovate in the marketing space as well. So, when we were evaluating what is going to push the marketing to the next level for Acer, I think one of the major point was usage of Martech solutions in our way of doing marketing. And let's also say how it also impacts business. It's just not that it impacts marketing, but impacts business as well. So if you look at the previous, era of, marketing, I mean, data was limited to few areas where we could pick up data. Then there might be a BARC data, there might be some data from listenership, TRS kind of data. You can do some research with paying agencies, research agencies, and get some data from there. But beyond that, it was very difficult to get data. So I think the major difference between the pre-Martech era and the Martech era is about the data. So how data, is analyzed, is used, is processed into a format where we could take actionable insights, sometimes real time, not that we have to wait as well for an agent to make a presentation and all of that. It's available in front of you in a dashboard. How do you process that data and make actionable insights to probably optimize a campaign or make some business decisions? I think that has become much more, scientific and backed up with solid data. I think that's been a major difference of what we have seen. And obviously, I think customers are also used to having personalized communication going out to them, and customers also would want the brand to know them when they approach us. So I think personalization, data, and all of that has become core of what we do when we use some Martech solutions right now.
So on that note, what is your Martech? What's yours? What does Acer's Martech stack look like? Like, can you describe any successful marketing campaigns where you effectively utilize the Martech tools? What specific Martech solutions were employed, and how were the key outcomes or results achieved?
So the first question about our Martech stack. So we use Martech on social media analytics and listening. We use Martech for D2C, our D2C website. We use Martech on ORM solutions. And then we also use Martech for B2B kind of funnel, lead generation, all of that. So to kind of tell you one maybe a success story, I think when we started our D2C website, which was just around the pandemic time, we didn't have a Martech solution which personalized a lot of the communications and helped us to send out a reminder communication, or if somebody added to cart and they didn't check out, we didn't have a solution to remind them to complete a transaction. And if they didn't complete a transaction, then there is a push notification which comes where a call center agent can then handhold that customer to complete a transaction, or if he needs further advice on what products to buy, because laptops or technology, it's a high investment product. So many times they need some kind of hand holding. And during the pandemic time, delivery was also an issue. So they were a little apprehensive about deliveries and all of that. So what we could solve was that, when we had the Martech solution to have push notification, emails, and WhatsApp message going on to kind of nudge them to complete the sales, I think our sale went up by 20%, in within a short span of 3 months. That's at that time. And now we see progress going in terms of various upselling and cross-selling things which we could do. So somebody who bought a laptop could be cross-sell with some accessories, and then the data which we can use to probably do some messaging. For example, somebody who has a laptop which is 3 years old, we can do an upgrade messaging. So, and that's all automated. The best thing is you don't sit and send a notification, right? You configure journeys, and then the system takes care of the messaging and the notification as and when the rules which you set. So it becomes more real time. You don't miss out on certain customers who might be ripe for an upgrade or a cross sell or an upsell. So I think our business impact has been really tremendous by using these Martech tools. And that's something which I want to remind brands which have not utilized Martech, that it's just not a marketing thing. It's we can see results on business side as well.
Okay, and how do you utilize these tools to enhance your customer service experience? I mean, what more have you added from Martech? Like, can you provide specific example how Martech has improved customer engagement, support, and satisfaction? And how do you utilize the tool to better understand your own customer base and data? Like, of course, data has played a major role in creating all those insights, but how do you leverage these tools to create customer journeys?
For the customer satisfaction, so there are two things, right? So one is that pre-purchase journey, and that is then is a post-purchase, right? So in the pre-purchase, like I was mentioning, where somebody who wanted some hand-holding, somebody who want to reach out to us to probably talk to a product expert to understand a certain product which we were selling, they could reach out to a customer service agent or a product expert very easily through a chat bot. So we had a chatbot which had certain pre-configured answers, so that he kind of gets to write a section of what he wants to do, and then from there a call center agent takes over. So that was something which we had done for the pre-purchase journey. We also now started integrating chatbot into it. We are in the process of having a lot more of chatbot or AI-driven responses, which we are planning. So that's something which we are experimenting on. But when I was talking about this example, it is more about customer reaching the right guy. So, for example, if you want to talk about a laptop expert, that'll be separate to somebody who wants to talk about a monitor or any other brand, any of the other product lines. So that is one pre-purchase, and the post-purchase is when somebody wants to reach out, and post-purchase is the most difficult part, right? I mean, you don't reach out to a brand unless there is they have some issue with the product, and they are in a mode of maybe an angry customer, and you are kind of trying to address the concern as fast as possible, and they want a response without any delay. I think that's the most important part. So again, with the help of ORM, for example, if somebody tweeted anything to us on a Twitter or Insta or Facebook, that immediately gets captured in our ORM tool, and then our customer support team can respond to them immediately. So then they get an idea that, oh yeah, we are a responsive brand in terms of the concerns, and then we move them to a resolution mode of chatting with them one-on-one and understanding the concerns and then resolving the issue. Or they want reaches through a traditional method of call, what happens that they might have to wait till the call center agent is free. So then if there is a chatbot, which when we integrated, again, for the post-customer journey, we were able to give them multiple options on their concerns. And if there was a software related concern, then there is a expert on software related concerns. If it is a hardware related, then it's a hardware related expert who can talk to them. So we could, kind of respond to them immediately. So the major, I think, customer experience, I think, change, which what I have seen is that the immediacy of response is something which customers really appreciate. And the fact that they can reach us out to through many platforms. It's not just that they have to call or they have to send an email. They can tweet to us, they can chat with us, they can visit our service center, whatever. So I think that's something which we have seen in terms of enhancing the customer experience.
How does Acer utilize Martech tools to monitor, analyze, and respond to customer feedback, like you just mentioned, and reviews across various online platforms?
So, good question. So, ORM, many people think ORM is just responding on social media platforms when a complaint comes in, but that's just not only an ORM's capability. So, when we look at, for example, certain problems a customer might be facing, say for example, we launched a product and a product has one issue which a lot of people are kind of talking about. So we are able to pick out that issue and then highlight and to our product engineering team and then come up with a solution, which it could be a driver fix, it could be a solution which we can put it out on a public website where they all can access and resolve that issue on themselves. So it's listening is very important, and how do you listen, what do you listen is also important, right? So obviously one is that we respond all the queries instantly and without delay and all of that, but more importantly trying to understand certain word clouds and what kind of feedback which we get from various sources. And this also helps us to consolidate, right? I mean, there is one which is that we get from social media, then there is another set of feedback which we get from Amazon, Flipkart, of customer reviews. So all of them could be integrated into one platform, and then we are able to analyze the feedback, positive or negative, both, and then act upon those and then further improve our products and services. So it's a constant feedback mechanism for us, which helps us to ensure that when we offer our services, it's always a better version of what we had before, and all the concerns are addressed immediately. And obviously the other part is about ensuring that the reputation of the brand doesn't get tampered in social media, because that's why the term ORM, or online reputation management, is there. So when somebody is kind of tweeting or commenting on your social media platform with anger, right? I mean, it's important that you don't let that person be on the platform and vent out his frustration for a long time. So with ORM tools, you're able to catch such customers early and kind of respond to them immediately and kind of pacify the situation. And then you take that customer into more of a private chat or a email conversation or a chat conversation, and then resolve the situation. So that kind of ensures that we as a brand respond. And then once the resolution is agreeable to the customer, then we come back to the public platform and then say, "Hi, Ojasvi, I hope your concerns have been resolved," and then we kind of leave as a happy customer and a brand. So I think that's very important. Also these days, where opinions are very very free in online platforms, so we need to ensure that we monitor all of that and respond.
If yes, like, can you share any instances where social media analytics led to strategic decision making or campaign optimizations?
Another great question. So this is something which we do constantly. So what happens? Technology is ever evolving, right? And we as a brand, we are at the cutting edge of technology. So many times we would like to get a market understanding of, for example, we are bringing up with a certain product, and is the technology being talked about in a social space? Are people looking forward to some technology or certain kind of product in the market? So this gives us an understanding of, for example, a new processor has launched by Intel, and is there enough noise in the market about a certain product, right? So we constantly look at the kind of conversation which happens, and if the awareness is low, then we focus on ensuring that we talk about those features, those important factors, and then launch the product. So we kind of create a space for the product to exist with communications which really help the product to grow. So that intelligence comes from listening to the social media conversations, forums, and all of those places where we get those feedback. for example, campaigns. I mean, when we were having air purifier as a category, we were looking at doing some campaigns. So we were looking at what were the key talking points when it comes to air purifiers. So is it about so coronavirus was one major part of it. So coronavirus, obviously, then you have pollution, which happens in Delhi and North, which in the winter time, which rakes up so much of respiratory issues. So for example, Bangalore has a lot of pollen allergy. So that's something which a lot of people talk about in certain forums. So depending on what area or what region we are kind of marketing those products, we can tailor communication as per what is the social voice of that city or a region. So we use those kind of insights to kind of tailor our communication as well, and not just the product launch strategy. So listening, I mean, we always say, talk less, listen more, right? So that's something we keep doing day in, day out in terms of what our customer is saying, what people are talking about, and then we take calls on communications and products.
Okay, interesting. So, Suraj, we spoke about Martech stack, social media analytics tools. But if I ask about some rough numbers, how much return can we estimate here? Like after implementing all these technologies, how much can you say that you have gained successfully?
So, for example, business, like I said, I mean, D2C website, we could see an immediate 16 to 20% uptake in conversions using Martech tools. So that itself gives you an immediate results of business impact, right? When it comes to campaigns, so once we have implemented certain learnings from social media analytics tools, our engagement rates have gone up. For example, the air purifier category, when we were listening and kind of communicating the message which the audience wanted to hear, our engagements, our communication, people responding on the social media post, all of that went up, right? So so that really gave us confidence to go forward and invest a lot more money into it in terms of campaigns and all, right? So it also becomes like a testing ground where you understand if that campaign is giving us enough engagement, and then if that's happening, then you're confidently able to put more media monies behind it. So right from optimizing campaigns or strategy decisions, I think from business point of view, at least 20-25% I think uptake we have seen. On engagement, we have seen a good jump, especially the air purifier. Again, I'm coming back because we saw really 30-40% jump in engagement for that campaign. And in customer satisfaction surveys also, once we have started implementing ORM tools, our NPS score is probably the highest ever which we had in the existence of Acer in India. So that whole satisfaction score and all of that has gone up really high, because customers are able to understand that we are responding to them quickly and with proper solution. What happens, what the worst you can do is finally when the customer reaches you, then you kind of say that, oh, I have to transfer to another department, or I'll come back to you later. I don't know about your product. So that's another thing, right? Which is there, that with data, that guy, that product which he's holding is 3 years old or 2 years old, or this is a gaming laptop, or this is a certain kind of laptop. So the customer support team is able to ensure that the call or the chat gets transferred to the right team, and that person is an expert in that category of products. So he's able to resolve the query immediately. So there is less dissatisfied customers when they approach a call center or our support team. So I think a lot of these things we have put in place where, data, listening, and overall Martech solution is affecting across business, marketing, and customer satisfaction.
So I guess that's it, Suraj. Thank you so much for the insights. Thank you so much for taking out time and helping us understand Martech in a bit better way. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Ojasvi.